It was near the end of school. We were all getting ready to take our exams. Everyone was finishing up their final projects. I was leaving school that day. Next thing I know, I wake up in the hospital, and I didn't know what happened. All my family was around me, and I asked them, I was like, what's going on?
He had gone to school, and then I had gone out for groceries, and we got back, and as soon as I walked in the door, my daughter came running down the stairs and said, Gordy's been in an accident. When I got to the scene, his bike was there in several pieces. They had to take him by air to the trauma center here, and all they could tell me is that he was breathing.
Gordon came in as a trauma alert. He was involved in a motorcycle accident. He had contusions to his lungs. He also had some facial fractures, and he also had an obvious deformity of his left femur, and that showed that he had a femur fracture.
A person with like a femur fracture, they can lose 1/3 of their blood loss into their femur. So it kind of becomes like a big deal.
2, 3, symmetric bilateral motion for both, please. Pupils are equally round and reactive. Sir, can you open your mouth for me real quick? Good job. Do you feel like they're aligned okay? Yes.
When we get a trauma alert, the entire hospital gets activated. So the operating room gets activated, the CAT scanners gets activated, the trauma surgeon gets called, the entire trauma team assembles in the ER. We all get ready to receive this patient and provide him the best care possible.
There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of emotion that goes into it, especially with younger individuals.
He, to me, looked like wasn't gonna make it. Blake was right there, and the doctor that was there told me, just calm down. And I said, is he gonna live? He said, absolutely.
My biggest fear when I heard about all the injuries that I got was not walking at graduation. Something I wanted to do was be there with all my friends and walked, and I wanted to be there to support them.
Gordon had an interesting wound. He had a wound that involved sort of the anterior, the front portion of his foot and his leg. It'd be weeks before a patient's able to get up and move or start to walk.
I was just trying to get to the point where I could prove that I'm able to do everything and able to do everything I could do before without injuring myself.
Goal-oriented people like Gordy, you know that going through all the pain is worth it because it's not easy, it's not fun sometimes, but you know you have to work hard to be able to reach that goal, and Gordy did that.
I was in physical therapy for 2 weeks, and the thought of graduation and being able to walk across the stage with all the friends that came out to support me was a prominent factor and helped me work that much harder. And I had gotten out, I think 3 days prior to graduation, and so I was just 3 days after the hospital, I was driving here to graduate, and I got to walk across the stage, shake the hands of the principal, and he told me, you're doing amazing, And I got my diploma, and it was a great feeling.
Seeing people succeed is very rewarding. It validates what you do as a physical therapist.
It makes me very happy to know that Gordon was able to recover from his injuries and be able to participate at his graduation. I'm very happy to have been involved in his care.
The trauma bay is the scariest place that you will ever enter, and being able to help someone and then see their recovery, I love when my people come back. It's why I do what I do.
I was able to just see that he was getting good therapy, and he was getting up for it, and he wanted to get better. He had that will. This was a horrible situation turned into a good ending.